I want to make one more point and get your reaction to it on Trudeau echoing his father's comments, because it's not the most important thing here. The most important thing is that he is doing what he's doing. He's baiting the West, bashing the West. He's poo-pooing the concerns by these 6 premiers, including, I should point out, an Aboriginal premier of Northwest Territories.
Right.
I want to say one more thing about Trudeau echoing his dad, because I look at Trudeau and I think he's not a serious man like his dad. His dad, however wrong-headed, was a thinker and a writer and a sort of scholar, and he had a firm worldview. He was wrong, but he had a worldview. Trudeau was empty, and whenever I hear Trudeau talk about something spontaneously, like not as in reading a script, it feels like a 10-year-old's recollection, or a grown-up's recollection of what he heard when he was 10. So it hasn't evolved. It feels childish. It's how a child would remember it. So the instinctive distaste aesthetically for those yucky Westerners. Look at the other 2 things, the other couple things you can see in him today. A love for Castro, childish, wide-eyed. When Castro died, this over-the-top eulogy. Same thing for China, the land of the future. I mean, the only things that Trudeau actually cares about, other than marijuana legalization,
for their basic dictatorship. I mean, he actually said that, right? You had to admire their basic dictatorship because it's enabled them to become one of the world leaders in environmentalism. That is so wrong, so shallow, and so dense that you have to wonder how an adult would even say that.
That's a 48-year-old man remembering a feeling that he got from his dad 35 years ago. That's my theory.
Yeah, I mean, I have a slightly different one, but it basically boils down to an underdeveloped mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that he was sort of enamored of his freshman seminars in political science at McGill, and has never advanced into the real world. I mean, we all did that when we were in university, right? We were idealists in first year. Maybe by 4th year, we were either activists or we were realists. And as we moved through family and mortgages and jobs and careers and things, we lost a lot of that immature and naive freshman mentality. He's never had to do that, right? He could just go around presenting checks.
Peter Pan. He's Peter Pan. He's never had to grow up.
Exactly. He could go around to folk music festivals and drink a little too much beer, smoke a little too much weed, maybe grab a reporter here and there, and that was as serious as he ever had to be because there was a family fortune that was paying his way. Then a bunch of seasoned liberals came along and they said, "Gee, if we had that name leading our party, we could get back to power." And I've used this analogy with you before, and with others too. I think he's Chance the Gardener. And if you've ever seen Jerzy Kaczynski's book Being There, or the movie that was made with Peter Sellers about that book, about a guy who is a little slow, wanders off from his job as a gardener to a rich guy after the rich guy dies, and he just spouts these aphorisms, and yet the Tony people, the trendy people, all think it means something, and that he eventually becomes president. Like I think this is Chance the Gardener.
Yeah, let me play a quick clip from that. You're exactly right. I remember. I just forgot the name of the comedian. He played the Pink Panther. And here, just take a quick look.
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers, that's right. Here, take a quick look at that.
As long as the roots are not severed, all is well, and all will be well in the garden.
In the garden.
Lorne, you're so right. That's not only the shallowness of Trudeau's comments, but that accurately shows how the fancy people are wowed by this genius. That's an excerpt from the Ezra Levant show. Every day I do a video monologue and then I interview an interesting guest, and then I end by reading my hate mail. But you've got to subscribe to it which you can do at therebel.media/shows.